The S60 is Volvo's very stylish entry-level luxury sedan. It sports a simple but elegant interior with high-quality materials and comfortable seats. The Swedish sedan also delivers confident handling and provides some of the most capable and advanced driver aids in its class. The V60 wagon, which is based on the S60, offers more cargo space and a more distinctive look. Volvo made several updates to the S60 for 2023. The previous Momentum R design and Inscription trims have been renamed and are now Core, Plus and Ultimate. Some features have been reshuffled among the new trim levels. Volvo also introduced dark, bright and black edition exterior styling packages. The S60 also receives a new Google-based infotainment system that features Google Assistant and Google Maps, a navigation system. Few brands offer this type of infotainment system. Volvo made slight updates to the exterior, the most notable being the hidden exhaust in the rear bumper and redesigned the overhead console inside. The S60 isn't normally the first choice for most shoppers seeking a small luxury sedan, but we think it's a compelling and well-rounded alternative to the three Germans that dominate the segment: the Mercedes Benz C-Class, the Audi A4 and the BMW 3 Series. The non-hybrid S60 has a 247 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder that pairs with front or all-wheel drive. Power increases to 400 horsepower on the all-wheel drive only Recharge plug-in hybrid, and the top-of-the-line Recharge Polestar Engineered is even sportier. The latter makes 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque, along with adaptive dampers and exclusive 19-inch wheels. The Polestar Edition is solely available as part of the Care by Volvo subscription plan. We were impressed with the over-the-road prowess of a model we tested in 2019, but ultimately felt it lacked the driver-to-car-to-road connection and steering feel of the best sports sedans. And during a comparison test against 4-cylinder rivals, a more basic S60 model finished last due to its more subdued driving nature versus sportier alternatives such as the Alfa Romeo Giulia and BMW 3 Series. The S60 leans more towards luxury than sport. The non-hybrid S60 is rated up to 26 miles per gallon in the city and 35 miles per gallon on the highway. The plug-in hybrid version has a 74 MPGe estimate and an electric-only drive range of 41 miles. Once we run one on our 75 miles per hour fuel economy route, which is part of our extensive testing regimen, we can evaluate their real-world MPGe. Volvo flaunts its superb build quality inside the S60, which delights with upscale materials throughout and uncommon attention to detail. The design is undeniably forward-thinking and replete with flourishes such as jeweled switchgear and supremely comfortable seats. Its deluxe features include a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, ambient interior lighting, a head-up display, massaging front seats and more. Not only are front seat passengers cosseted by comfortable and supportive buckets, but those in the back seat will also appreciate its generous legroom and headroom. Interior cubby space is highlighted by useful door pockets and a center console that boasts a tray with a retractable cover and a handy bin below the armrest, but unfortunately all of these storage spots have limited space. We also managed to fit 5 carry-on suitcases in the S60's trunk, which is one less than the 3 Series. The actual climate control wasn't quite as impressive. It too was noisy even on low settings, and yet it didn't cool the cabin as effectively as in some rivals. We know Sweden isn't known for being balmy, but South Carolina is. The S60 is manufactured with a high standard of quality. We didn't observe any rattles, panel gaps or other such build quality bugbears. Our experience was marred only by the creak that would emanate from the center console when we applied pressure to it. Every S60 features a tablet-style infotainment system that operates through a Google-based interface. While we haven't yet had our hands on one inside the sedan, we've interacted with a version in the compact luxury XC60 SUV, which was a mostly pleasant experience. The system's native voice assistant works well, and we appreciate both the physical home button at the bottom of the screen and the large volume knob below it. However, this system, like too many others, lacks a tuning knob. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are expected to be standard. A Bowers & Wilkins premium audio system is expected to be optional. The portrait-oriented 9.0-inch touchscreen infotainment system is powered by the Android Automotive operating system with Google Automotive Services. That means there are multiple Google apps either integrated already, like Google Maps, the Google Play Store and Google Assistant. There are more that can be downloaded too. The engine and exhaust note of the Volvo S60 might sound surprisingly sporty and the ride might be quite firm, but this is no sports sedan. There are no selectable drive modes, with the only adjustment being two different settings for the steering. Even in the sportier of the two, the steering feels a tad light and very little information from the road is communicated to the driver. There's a detached feel to the tiller, though the S60 is easy to maneuver. There are no paddle shifters either, though you can move the shifter in manual mode from side to change between gears. You can toss an S60 into a corner and it'll hang in there, with well-controlled body roll and good grip from the all-wheel drive system. The Volvo uses a Haldex system, which means it's predominantly a front-wheel drive car, with torque sent to the rear axle when the front axle loses traction. There's a bit of understeer and a somewhat nose-heavy feel to the S60. At least when you push it down a winding road. A Giulia or G70 feels more balanced and fluid in such a scenario, but we wonder just how many owners will treat the S60 as some kind of canyon carving sports sedan.